welcome to my channel as real as it gets. My name is Azriel, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my experience with an incubus. Now, before I hop into this video, I want to say that I am not here to convince you or to say that it is safe or right to have a relationship with a incubus or a succubus. I'm just here to tell you my experience and how I fell into a relationship with an incubus. I didn't even know I was in a relationship with an incubus until it was basically too late, and I just want to share my story so that you can learn from me and my experience. I want to start off by saying I used to feel a spirit crawl up my bed as a child. Like, I've been dealing with incubus spirit since childhood. It got to the point where I would just ignore it whenever I felt something crawl up my bed. I'll look up, no one was there, and I'm like, okay, whatever, and I'll go to bed. Now, when I got older, I think I was 23, 22, somewhere around there at that time. I actually got sexually, I don't want to say assaulted. It's so weird. But I got, basically, I don't know how to put this, but I was touched by the incubus, and I'm pretty sure you're probably wondering where. It should be obvious by how modest I am acting. Like, this is so uncomfortable to talk about, but I feel like it needs to be talked about. This incubus, it felt like sex, honestly. And as I was feeling this emotion, this incubus was telling me no one's going to be able to fuck you better than I can, and just basically professing his love, and it was telling me it wanted to take me somewhere, but I wasn't ready yet. I know it sounds wild, but this literally happened just on a random night in my bedroom. At the time, of course, I was spooked. I didn't know how to take that or really understand why it happened. Later on in life, after that, I have to say maybe like 6 months to a year after, I got a vision. And within this vision, I was looking up at my husband, and we were standing in front of our house. When I got that vision at the time, I'm like, oh my gosh, my husband-to-be is going to come into my life soon, you know? That's the way I interpreted it at the time. So with this vision, I guess you can say I began fantasizing about this form. Me unknowingly, I gave this form life. This form became a spirit, a incubus. Simple fact, because I immediately accepted this spirit that came to me. It's like it started off with that vision, and then immediately afterward, I kept fantasizing about this form. I didn't even get to see the face in my vision. But I began to fantasize, like, okay, where are we going to meet? When is this going to happen? Da, 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 you know? And with that, I started to receive more visions. I would get visions of this spirit walking up to me. He'll hug me. Sometimes I'll see the spirit walking in and out of my walls. It was literally... At that time, it was literally like we were literally in a relationship. The same way you'll be in a relationship with another physical being, you can have a relationship with a spiritual being. However, I'm not telling you to go out and do that, because it's dangerous. You know, spirits can lie too. Spirits like clout, just like, I'm not going to say all spirits, but for the main part, spirits like clout, just like these other physical beings do. You know, don't get it twisted. And they will lie or give you a fairy tale just to have your attention if they feel like that's what they need to do to get it. Now, at the time when I was basically living with the spirit and we were in a relationship, I didn't connect the two. When I got touched, I didn't connect that with the vision. I've seen that as separate. But later on in life, looking back, is like, okay, I'm not gonna say the vision was false or I misinterpreted. However, when I got that vision and when I became so emotionally invested with that vision, it's like the incubus that already touched me, that's already been crawling up my bed all of my life. It's like, I gotta get in on this. You know what I'm saying? And, some spirits can shapeshift. So it shapeshift basically into that form and basically gave it life. And during that time, I'm not even gonna lie, during that time after the vision and once I became emotionally invested and I accepted the spirit, I'm not even gonna lie, the relationship was blissful. It, like I said before, it felt like a relationship with a regular person. The spirit would come and ask me how my day was. Did I have a good day? If I was stressed out, it would literally give me a massage. Like, here, let me rub your back, and I would feel that emotion. That I would feel that pressure on my back, like I'm literally getting a massage. Like, dude, this is no joke. They can touch you the same way another person, physical person, can touch you. They can have their own smells. I know the incubus at that time had his own cologne. So, every so often I'll smell his cologne. And I just know it's him. They can communicate with you just as the same way that you can communicate with a friend. Things honestly didn't start getting ugly until I realized something wasn't right. I realized it wasn't healthy. At the time when I was in the relationship with the incubus, I was at a very, I won't say dark place, but I was a bit depressed. And I have to say I was vulnerable. Now, if this would have happened now that I'm 32 years old, it would have played out totally different. You know what I'm saying? However, at the time, I just went along with it. Simple fact, because I was at a vulnerable spot at the time. And at the time, it was nice having someone there for me, even if they were a spirit. But as time went on, it's like, okay, I have to say, we went through that blissful, regular relationship phase for probably, another 6 to 8 months until I realized, okay, something's not right. And not only that, it's okay, I had that vision of my husband. I think it's about time I see him. You know what I'm saying? Then, things just started clicking. It's oh my gosh, what if this spirit that's in my house is not him? And or better yet, what if he's dead? You know what I'm saying? I started having these thoughts oh my gosh, what if he's dead the whole time? And that's when I was okay, something's not right. My intuition just started buzzing. Once I got out of that, I don't know. You know how it is when you first, I'm not going to say I fell in love with the incubus, but you know how it is when you're blinded with love. When you first falling in love, you don't notice certain red flags until, it's too late. That's what happened with me. To be honest, I had to put in a lot of work in order to make this incubus understand that I did not want the relationship that we had anymore. The incubus was telling me, no one would ever be good enough for me, and basically telling me that they will ruin every relationship that I get into after him. Oh my gosh, yeah. I didn't get physically hurt or anything like that. However, just like any other jealous ex-boyfriend, that's kind of what this incubus is like. However, it's no longer attached to me or anything like that. However, every once in a blue moon, I can just feel that aura. I'm clairvoyant enough to where I don't need big in my face cues to feel. I can feel subtle cues. And whenever I feel that cue, that aura come, and usually it's that late night, you alone in your bed, that type of deal. If I feel that aura, I push it back away, I release it. Of course, I pray and it goes away. But otherwise, I don't deal with sex demons. At that time when I opened that door, it's like that incubus came flooding in my life, and I felt like at that time it changed every aspect of my life. And like I said before, having a relationship with the incubus or succubus is basically having a relationship with a physical being. They can help you, they can touch you, they can do a lot. However, like I said before, I'm not trying to romanticize the situation. However, I'm just being honest of what I went through being in a relationship with that incubus. However, I won't do it again. My next relationship will be with a physical man. I won't even lie, during that time when it was like during the blissful period in that relationship, I was so lost in the sauce towards the point I felt like I didn't need a physical man. I was that lost in the sauce. I felt like just having the spirit fiance is enough. That's how I felt at the time. Like looking back on it is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I felt this way. But back then, during that period, I was that lost in the sauce. Like, I'm so glad like I snapped myself out of it, simple fact, because there's no telling. The longer you're in a relationship with a succubus and incubus, the stronger the connection becomes between you and that incubus and succubus. So things could have gotten pretty dangerous if I wouldn't have snapped out of it soon enough. But yeah, that's my experience with an incubus. If you have any questions, don't be afraid. Shoot down a comment down below. If you have an experience of your own, go ahead and comment down below. I would like to hear it. I don't mind. I'm very open-minded. Well, it was nice talking to you. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.